Lest it repent thee, and thou entreat for the same again. That's right. You'll entreat the same again, man. Now it's up to Yahweh Shem Shai if he'll have mercy on you. But you don't want to give your power over to many, man. Anybody, because that could take you out of the truth. You see? It said, as long as thou livest and hast breath in thee, give not thyself over to any, including to yourself, man. Including to your own heart, your own hardness of your own mind frame, which brings unbelief. All right. You got to remember, let every man be a liar, but the word of God true. Now those things start playing on your mind. You get weak. You want to not go onto the highways and the byways. That's you being tempted, man. That you got to fight against it. You have to combat against it, not entertain it. Because Yahweh Shai can get you out, man, and set up another in your place. We're nobody, man. We're just vessels. That's it. You know. For better is that thy children should seek to thee than thou shouldest stand to their courtesy. That's right, man. You know, and us as parents, you know, we tend to want to, always be there for our children. But the scriptures is telling these things for our own benefit, man. All right, because you have a brotherhood that is more important right now, man. You know, that's who needs that assurance, that encouragement to continue in the faith, man. That's what Paul did. All right, in all thy works keep to thyself the preeminence. Leave not a stain in thy honor. You see, so you got this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Keep it up highly, man. Guard that. Keep it above all things, man. Above yourself, above your women, or your wife, your children, your job. You know. And all thy works keep to thyself the preeminence. Leave not a stain in thy honor. You see, and that stain in thy honor is that you falling out, man. Yahweh Shai seeing you that you're unprofitable unto him, man. You see? It says, at the time when thou shalt end thy days and finish thy life, distribute thy inheritance. You know? You gotta distribute this word, man. And leave it unto all ages, as I read in the book of Sirach, man. You know? Because these people, what they're leaving to all ages is a bugged out mind frame, man. Tattoos, piercings, homosexuality, bestiality, gangs, drugs. All that shit's played out, man. It's whack as hell already, man. There ain't nothing cool about that. There ain't nothing badass about being bold and a G. It's all about this truth, man. This is what's gonna keep you in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. The martial law. You can be packing all types of weapons, gun, whatever you think you got. That shit ain't gonna save you in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. All you gotta do is watch those certain movies. You'll find out about your future, man. And not only that, read the Bible and you'll find out your future if you ain't dependent solely on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Continue on in Sirach 33 and 24. Fodder, a wand, and burdens are for the ass. Bread, correction, work for a servant. Because that's what our obligation is, man. All right? Bread, correction, work for a servant. A servant of who? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. What's our bread? This word. What's our correction? Us admonishing, exhorting each other, rebuking each other. All right? And work for a servant. What is the work? Coming out to the highways and the byways, staying preoccupied in the prophecy, meditating in the laws, and distributing this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. If thou set thy servant to labor, thou shalt find rest. But if thou let him go idle, he shall seek liberty. You know? And us as being men, I can't hold nobody's hand. I can't force you to do the work. I can't make anybody do the work. Yahweh Shai ain't gonna make you do the work. He ain't gonna tell you, grab you and pull you and get you out the house, off your bed, from not going to that party. All right? From not staying up all night getting drunk. The Lord ain't gonna stop you from doing that. He's gonna tell you in your spirit, man, you gotta correct yourself. That's called discipline. which this whole world lacks discipline, man. This whole world, especially in America, all they do is like everything. They want everything at their convenience. Fast food, instant. But the scriptures say, be instant in it, preach the word in season and out of season, man. Being instant. And that's what us brothers have to be mindful of, man. Because this place is wicked and dark, man. America being the beacon of evil, man. All right. It says, send him to labor that he be not idle. And the word idle means to be at a standstill. All right. Yeah, you're moving around. Your mind frame is going 100 miles an hour, but it's not in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, where you're doing the work in a steady, calm, pace. All right, because the scripture is talking about in the book of James, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, man. Meaning that you're back and forth, you don't know what you want, because you have too much shit on your mind. Worried about this, worried about that, Not saying that you got obligations that you got to do. Yeah, the Lord understands it. Like I said, the Lord ain't unjust. He ain't unrighteous in any of that. He understands. He knows. He was tempted in the flesh as we were, man. So he does understand. He does know. He is an example that it can be accomplished. All right. It says, but if thou let him go idle, he shall seek liberty. Meaning that he's going to want to be set to be free. He ain't going to want to do the work no more. He don't want to be a prisoner for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, or a prisoner of hope, as the scriptures say, man. Set him to work as is fit for him. If he be not obedient, put on more heavy fetters. So the more you grow into this thing, if you're lacking that consistency, more heavy fetters are going to be laid upon you, man. More responsibilities to build you up, not to break you, it's to build you up, to keep you busy in the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Showing you that, hey, your flesh is getting in the way, and you have to combat your flesh by what? Prayer and fasting. Be not excessive toward any, and without discretion do nothing. If thou have a servant, let him be unto thee as thyself, because thou hast bought him with a price. If thou have a servant, and treat him as a brother, for thou hast need of him as of thy own soul. If thou entreat him evil, and he run from thee, which way wilt thou go to seek him? That's right. That's why us brothers have to be brotherly amongst ourselves, But there's going to come a time, if you constantly, and it's pattern consistently being the same thing over and over, something's going to happen. You're going to be suspended. You're going to be told you can't go out to the highways and the byways. You're going to have to reevaluate yourself, examine yourself, as the scriptures say. And if you don't get corrected, you're going to be kicked out. Now, it's up to Yahweh Shai if he's going to remain with you, and you're going to continue to do the work. But to be part of the body, the brotherhood, that's a gift of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in itself, man. And you got to cherish that. All right? We'll go back to that one in 2 Corinthians, but there's another one in Corinthians that I wanted to bring out. This is 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Examine yourself whether you be in the faith. You see? So you have to examine yourself whether you be in the faith, man. Are you in this thing? And why are you in this thing, man? Do you truly believe? Do you truly believe that you need to be sounding the trumpet to these people, telling them about the coming destruction? Let me tell you something, man. Back in like 2005 or 6, it was a dream that came to me in the spirit, man. And I know, verifying it through the spirit, now when I came into the truth, that it was Yahweh Shai waking me up and guiding me up to the point of falling amongst the brotherhood. But I think it was in 2005, either in the month of February or March. All right. When I'm gonna tell you the dream, but after I came out of that dream, I jumped literally jumped off that couch, put my jeans on, and I ran. I ran from outside the house to like like 2 or 3 blocks, 2 blocks away from where I was, and started telling my grandmama, you know. And then after that, I was so, my spirit was the word, man. It was like in a state of urgency. Like, hey man, this shit was really gonna pop off today. That's how urgent it was. All right, and it jumped me out of that couch, out of my sleep, and I went to start telling, and that dream never left me. And a year later, it came again, but in this time, it was dark. The first dream that I had in 2005, it was I did videos on. I put them on maybe a couple of years ago. But the first dream of that time was during the day. The second dream, when it came to me again, and a year later, in 2006, it was night. It was dark outside. All right, but I knew in that dream that it was Yahweh Shai coming back. Destruction was coming. You know. That's the reason why I believe that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah has me out here, man. It's to sound that trumpet, as the scriptures say, and to prophesy of the coming destruction. To warn our people, man. That way their blood won't be on my hands, man. And you got these guys that don't really consider that same, man. That these people are your responsibility, man. Whether they hear or forbear. They are your responsibility. Who are they? We don't know. How many? We don't know. But it's still our job. It's not our job to know that. It's our job to come out here and to push this word, man. And to admonish, to exhort each other on a daily basis. Your heart is hardened through the deceitfulness of sin, man. You know? But in that dream, you know, it was all symbolic, man. There was a lot of things that went on in that dream, and it was clear as day. You know, it was vivid. But one thing that I remember is I was here in this city right here in San Angelo, Texas, man. In this downtown area. And I was lifted up. I was walking in the middle of the street. And the Spirit lifted me up into the air, man, above all the buildings here. And I could see all the land outside, all the way outside to the city. All right? And I saw a star come from the bottom out of the earth up into the heavens. And when that star went up into the heavens, the ground started rolling, man. And once the ground started rolling, it was like if something had came to impact with the ground, right? Like a bomb had hit it, or it was something would detonated itself in the ground. Then the Spirit brought me back down to the ground, and everybody was screaming, man, running, afraid, panicking. And I even started to run. And I remember running across the building, and somebody grabbed me and pulled me into a room. And in that room, it was just a few people. But that dream shook me to where I continued to seek Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, this word is supposed to be pushed out to all those that believe and seek learning and wisdom, man. Not they're concerned about the world, on how to come up, how to make money, all right, on how to get females, on to be admired of men, to be looked at as somebody of being full of wisdom. The Most High ain't down with that shit, man. You know? This thing is real, man. This thing ain't no joke. That's why faith is very important. It's key to continuing this thing, man. I'm going to continue to read it, 2 Corinthians 13:5. Examine yourself whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know you not your own selves? How the Yahweh Shah Mashiach is in you, except you be reprobates. And the word reprobate means to be without fear of the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. To not have fear of Yahweh Shah's judgment, man. Meaning that you're going to be willful. You're not going to consider the things that you do. You know? You're not seeking the Lord in fear and trembling, man. You're not seeking out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right? That's what that means, man. So going back to, let me see. Let me go ahead and read this one. Finish this one up in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. You see? The inward man, talking about your spirit, is renewed day by day, man. That's what that means. The flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing. And the only way the spirit is going to be willing is if you feed it this word, man. You do the works of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right? For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. All right? For our light affliction. Yeah, you're going to hurt and suffer. You're going to see the world, you know, go high and higher, whatever. But that's bringing death to them. The faster this world evolves and exceeds to and reaches the heights of heaven, Yahweh Shai is not down with that shit, man. All right, the scriptures say, you know, it's beautiful because I wanted to do a lesson on this because you got a lot of people, you know, well, not a lot of people. Yeah, there's a lot of people, but you even got certain brothers that will admire somebody that has a lot of knowledge or is able to learn quickly, right? But they can't come to the truth. All right, whether they're Israelite or not, you know what I'm saying? They can't come to the truth, man. That's not to be admired, you know. But let me bring this one out real quick. This is Jeremiah 9:23. Thus saith Yahweh, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches. You see? So we are not to look at that as being a good thing. What we're to look at as being a good thing is somebody that can retain and accept his truth, right? But let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith Yahweh. You know, you got parents that admire their children, and they'll say this, that he got the light. He ain't got the light of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. All right? He ain't got the light of Yahweh. He or she don't got the light of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's not, you can't be, you're throwing around words loosely, man. Because in your mind, you think the Most High is dealing with them. The Most High blessed them, but the Most High did, but in the sense, not with his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that's compiled in this book, man. All right? So that's what it means for our Lord affliction, which is but for a moment, but it works for exceeding far weightier glory, man. You know, our mind is renewed day by day. It's by this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. You know, us brothers teaching one another. You know, the scriptures say, iron sharpeneth iron. You know. Says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. That's what faith is, man. All right. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. And that's what we want. That's what we want for each other, man. Us brothers should be earnestly hoping that each brother receives that gift, man. Hoping that brother receives a gift. Hoping that brother receives salvation over himself. Like me and the other brother, Yakawa, y'all brothers know him, that watched the videos, that used to be with me. We would tell each other, man, I hope that you make it, man. I hope you receive salvation. I hope you make it, man. You deserve it. Right? Because why would I tell that to that brother? Because I would see his works. I would see what he would go through for this truth, man. And going through shit and bullshit and still doing the work, man. How much Yahweh Shai? when he sees us doing the work, man. Sees that are suffering a little bit, but he's telling us that we're going to receive a far weightier weight of glory, man. That far exceeds anything in this world, man. This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding we have right now is priceless, and it's above rubies, right? But Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to reward us, man, with something our minds cannot fathom or comprehend, man. You know? So us brothers, that we should be desiring each brother to be saved and delivered, man. That's brotherly love, man. Because you can come together all day. You can come together all day and not really be there. You know, you could be in a relationship with a female, and I know this because you could be with a girl, right? Y'all can be together in a relationship, but he or she's not really there. Their mind's not with you. You understand what I'm saying? And in due time, you're gonna see it. Yeah, they get up and they go chill with you, but their mind is not with you. They're not that one. They're not that friend. They're not that lover. They're not that wife. They're not that friend material, lover material, wife material. You see what I'm saying? So there's certain brothers, they're not brothers, man. But brothers, that's what we should be hoping for one another, man. Telling each other, man, brother, I hope you make it, man. I hope you continue in the faith. Which came back to my spirit. I was going to bring it out. Bring it out now. It's the book of Acts. The book of Acts, chapter 14. Acts chapter 14, verse 22. All right. Confirming the souls of the disciples, right? We have to confirm the souls of the disciples amongst ourselves, right? And exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. Don't get weary. Don't fret because of the wicked, because of the evildoer, because of the oppressor, because of your woman, because of your kids. Continue in the truth, man. Follow the Lamb whithersoever thou goest. Lay down your life. Lay down your life for your brother, man. That's you laying down your life for Yahweh Shai, man. You know what I'm saying? Where was I? Acts 14 and 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter the kingdom of Yahweh. So you got to go through things in order to inherit the kingdom, man. You know? Just like when I was examining the Genesis chapter 49 regarding Judah, and it said Judah was as a lion's whelp. A whelp is a pup, man. Now, it said, when you keep reading that same verse, that lion eventually grew, and it couched down, right? And it said, who shall rouse him up? Because Judah is the head of all the tribes, man. All right, but Judah didn't fulfill. It didn't meet that requirement. So what did they do? They submitted themselves. You know, they went playing the whore as their sister Israel did as well, the northern kingdom. You know, you don't want to fall into that, man. You know, you have to go through things in order to be built up and to be given something that is very precious, man, to appreciate it. All right. A pup, you know, it's like in the movie Lion's King, when I think that monkey put up the pup, that lion. I don't know their names, but presented it to the congregation. But that lion had to go through things because the father eventually died, right? But he had to go through things to be built up to be that king, man. To appreciate that seat, to know what it means to have that seat. All right, you brothers understand what I'm saying, man. That's why brothers always tell each other, man. We make videos about it, saying you got to count the cost, man. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is looking for men with the king, a ruling ship mentality, man. A ruling ship mentality, meaning that you want to receive the kingdom, you want to rule in righteousness. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna start at verse Second Ezra, chapter 7, verse 43. I'm gonna read all the way down. It says, "But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past, and temperance is at an end, and infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up." That's right, and that's what's happening, man. All right, that's what we're telling each other that's gonna happen. All right, and that's what's coming to pass. Right, the day of doom. You know, faith is thriving. The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is entering back into the souls that is destined to go into. Right. Verse 45. 45. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that hath gotten the victory. See, because that's going to be the ultimate escape, that ultimate salvation. When we're in the chariots, that great gulf fix is set between us, or the elect, and the ones that are left down here on the earth being destroyed by way of fire. It says, right, I answered then and said, it's talking about Ezra's answered after he was received this understanding of what was going to happen in the end of days, and who was going to be delivered, how nothing was going to be able to touch them or harm them, right? Then in verse 46, I answered then and said, this is my first and last saying. So he continued on. He still wanted to, I guess, expound on what he received. That it had been better not to have given the earth unto Adam, or else, when it was given him, to have restrained him from sinning. But through the Spirit, that was the way it was going to play out, man. You know, it was set that way. It was set up that way to show the elect what it means to rule, what it means to have Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai with you. Scriptures say in Romans 15, all things were written for our learning, and through the scriptures we find comfort, right? So Ezra continues on saying, verse 47, for what profit is it for men now in this present time to live in heaviness, and after death to look for punishment? Because that's what people don't understand. When you live in your life constantly in wickedness, all you got looking forward to is punishment, man. The scriptures say he never gave any man the license to sin. No one has the license to sin. No one has the ability to go and sin the way you think you can, man. But even though you do it, but know that there's going to be a punishment, a consequence for it. Thus say Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 48, O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou wert not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. That's right, because we all come from Adam, even the nations, man. It tells you that. Right? So we're all under that. So let's continue. For what is it unto us, if there be promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death? You see? Because we know that the wages of sin is death, man. And sin is what separates us from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Iniquity. You know? Iniquity is what separates us from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is what separates us from Yahweh, from his righteousness, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, and that there is promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves being most wicked are made vain. Because Ezra knows that, you know, being wicked and going off and submitting themselves unto the heathens and trimming their ways to seek love, this, that, and the third, you're not gonna make it into the kingdom, man. You're not being proactive in this thing. You're not gonna be make it in the kingdom. You can be proactive all damn day for Esau at your work, but when it comes to doing the work for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you can't be proactive, man. That's not gonna get you in the kingdom, man. Deliverance, not gonna bring you deliverance, man. And if that there are laid up for us dwellings of health and safety, whereas we have lived wickedly, see, you ain't gonna receive the benefits of those things, man. That's what Ezra is coming to the acknowledgement of. Yeah, Adam had to go off. Eve had to take that bullshit doctrine from that man that was likened unto a serpent in order for everything to be accomplished and the way it's turning out today. Because you got a certain group of men that are zealous for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that are sincere in their heart, man. That have a broken spirit and contrite spirit with sincerity and faith and works mingled in the midst of all that, man. That have people that truly have self-integrity to this very day, because not everybody has integrity. You got what you call pride, and you got what you call integrity. Integrity means that you're doing exactly what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai said to do. Your power, not what your own heart tells you. That's pride, man. You got it up backwards. So Ezra was coming to that realization, knowing that all these things were given to us and told unto us, but because of our rebelliousness, we come short of that. It tells you that in Corinthians. You know? So going on and saying, verse 52, and that the glory of the Most High is kept to defend them which have led a weary life, whereas we have walked in the most wicked ways of all. And that weary life is that straight gate, man. Striving for truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee, man. That's who's leading. That's who's gonna lead us out of this hellhole, man. Out of death, out of destruction, out of harm. See? But if you lived all wicked, you've been wicked all your life, you ain't trying to do nothing, you ain't trying to be proactive, you ain't trying to encourage the brothers, go onto the highways and the byways, present your body a living sacrifice, you ain't gonna find those benefits, man. And that there should be showed a paradise whose fruit endureth forever, wherein is security and medicine, since we shall not enter into it. You see? But the elect are going to enter into that, the chosen, man. For we have walked in unpleasant places, and that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars, whereas our faces shall be blacker than darkness, man. And that's how the people mind frame is out here, man. Their mind frame is full of darkness, man. They're wicked, they're evil. They don't have the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. They're ignorant, meaning they ignore the truth. They ignore the knowledge that is able to help them escape the pollutions of this world, man. The pollutions of this world is what? The philosophies, the false doctrines, the ideas, the thoughts, the flesh, the processes, the way, the cogitations of the mind process, man. That is what's going to get you destroyed, man. That's what defiles the body. Yahweh Shai said that. It's what comes out of the abundance of a man's heart. And the heart is talking about the mind, man. You know? That's what a lot of you people fail to understand, man. You know? The scriptures tell us that we have to seek our Creator, man, before the evil days come. You know? This is the time, man. This is the time to wake up and to get and to stand in your lot, man. Don't be bullshitting. Don't be fucking, you know.